Cubs follow title ceremony with win, MLB Monday scores, highlights, injuries, news. On the second Monday of the baseball season, the New York Yankees celebrated their home opener while the Cubs raised their 2016 World Series championship banner and the Royals honored the late Yordan Ventura. Here are the rest of the notable happenings. Cubs follow ceremony with victory. The scene when the weather delay was finally over looked a little something like this in Wrigley Field. Then the Cubs needed to get down to business, and they did. Jon Lester would work 6 innings, giving up only 1 run on 4 hits while striking out 7. He was spotted an early lead after Chris Bryant doubled home Kyle Schwarber, and then Lester himself picked up an RBI fielder's choice. Things got sticky for the Cubs in the top of the 7th, when Carl Edwards Jr. walked 2 and Wilson Contreras was nailed for a catcher's interference. Justin Grimm was summoned from the bullpen with the bases loaded and no out. He escaped. Jock Pederson popped out while pinch hitter Andrew Toles hit into a double play. Fast forward to the 10th inning and Anthony Rizzo came through with the walk-off job. Just how the champs drew it up, right? The Cubs are 5-2 and their 2 losses were by 1 run. That sound you heard is the rest of the NL saying "oh." Big Mike's big game. Michael Pineda is one of the most frustrating pitchers in baseball. Over the last few years, he has become a prime example of how some pitchers are just destined to underperform their fifth. Yet Pineda brought it on Monday, taking a perfect game into the 7th inning against the Tampa Bay Rays. Pineda was 7 outs from perfection when an Evan Longoria double broke up the bid. The Rays would go on to score a run, but Pineda finished his day with an impressive line all the same: 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, on a Logan Morrison home run, 0 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Pineda also tallied 15 swinging strikes on the day, including 10 on his cutter/slider, of which he threw 36 times. One thing worth watching for: an increased emphasis on his changeup. Pineda threw 11 on Monday, according to Baseball Savant. He threw 3 in his first game against the Rays. Will that pitch usage tweak stick? Who can say? You never know what the next start is going to hold for Pineda, but Monday has reminded us that, hey, there's a talented pitcher there. Maybe Pineda can remind us of that more often heading forward. The Royal Blues. This is a pivotal season for the Royals, as much of their nucleus hits free agency after the season. If they fall out of the race by July, we could see a fire sale from general manager Dayton Moore. So far, so not good at all. The Royals were shut out by the AS on Monday, 2-0. They are now 2-5 on the young season. Almost everything has been bad so far, really. The Royals entered the game ranking 11th in the AL in runs, 13th in average, 14th in on-base percentage and 10th in slugging. That was before getting 3 hits all singles and drawing 4 walks while scoring 0 runs in their 9 innings on Monday. Meantime, the pitching hasn't been very good either. The arrow was over 5-0 before Monday. It is only 7 games and the Royals could easily get very hot here in the coming days, but this group isn't accustomed to this type of start these days. They were 8-2 through 10 games last year and started 7-0 in 2015. Jay Bruce is packing the punch. For much of the offseason, the rumors were swirling that the Mets were trying to trade Jay Bruce to help alleviate their outfield logjam, but a deal never came to fruition. The way things are going this season, Bruce is going to go from being a trade rumor to a hero in Queens. On Monday, Bruce homered twice, driving home 3 runs in the Mets' 4-3 victory over the Phillies, pushing the Mets' record to 4-3 on the season. Not only that, but he broke the 2-2 tie with this shot in the 8th. Obviously it is a small sample. Do we really have to keep giving these caveats throughout April? But Bruce is hitting .304 for 48 .870 with 4 homers and 6 RBIs so far this year. He has had a penchant to carry on hot streaks through his career, too. Maybe not so much the average in OBP these days, but he had 25 homers and 80 RBI through 97 games last year with the Reds before the trade sent him to New York. If he does something like that with the Mets this year, the Mets will be sitting pretty. Giants avoid late drama, again. The Giants' bullpen was a mess last season, especially late. Remember, they blew a lead in historic fashion to be eliminated from the NLDS by the eventual world champion. They then signed closer Mark Melancon in the offseason, and that was supposed to help shore everything up. Then he blew the save on opening day and the Giants opened the season with a terrible 1-5 record. Well, maybe the worm has started to turn. After getting a win on Sunday in San Diego with a relatively drama-free ninth from Melancon, the Giants pulled one off again on Monday. No, Melancon allowed a single. It was an infield single and he worked around that with 3 straight outs afterward. So that's 2 straight saves and the Giants are now only 2 games under 500 with 154 games left on the schedule. Breathe, San Fran. Just breathe. Mariners show resolve. The Mariners took a 9-3 lead into the 9th inning on Sunday and ended up losing 10-9 after a historic Angels comeback. They then had to fly home with the worst record in baseball, 1-6, and play an afternoon game, serving as their home opener for the 2017 season. And the Mariners played easily their best game of the young season. The offense pounded out 11 hits, including 4 doubles, helping to drive home 6 runs. James Paxton allowed only 4 hits and 2 walks in 7 innings while striking out 8 en route to a 6-0 win. Perhaps the best side. The Astros threatened late and the Mariners didn't fold. Reliever Dan Altavilla had to face star shortstop Carlos Correa with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 8th. It was a 6-run lead, just like on Sunday. Altavilla hung in there to strike Correa out and then induced a Carlos Beltran pop-out to end the threat. Even Scribner then came through with the 1-2-3 9th inning. One of the many great things about baseball is the ability teams have to go out and erase the memories from the previous day with the win the following day. To the Mariners' credit, they got the job done. Take note that the MFs are 2-6, just as they were through 8 games last year. They won 86 games last year. That might be good enough to win a wild card this year, but there's also a decent chance this team is good enough to win a few more. It's folly to ever start counting out teams after 1 week, but some people do it. Don't be that person with this team. They showed some strong mental toughness on Monday in front of their home fans. The Reds' bullpen was perfection. The Reds beat the Pirates and are now 5-2 on the year. In this one, promising young starter Brendan Finnegan ran way too high a pitch count and needed to be pulled after recording only 6 outs. No matter. Michael Lorenzen worked 3 perfect innings before Cody Reed did the same. Wandy Peralta then went 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. Coming off the disaster that was the Reds' bullpen in 2016, this is mind-boggling. They were historically bad last year. On Monday, 3 relievers combined for the following line: 7 IP, 0 H, 0 ER, 0 BB, 9K. Raisel Iglesias and Blake Wood have also been great this year and weren't even needed. Again, only 7 games, but things are looking up in Cincy. Nationals' offense is on fire. The only downside is the Nationals probably would like to be better than 4-3 right now, given how the offense has hit overall. Bryce Harper had a career-high 4 hits on Monday and is hitting .385/, .500/, .654. Adam Eaton has to hit leadoff with the Tree Turner injury, but that's cool because his OBP is .485 right now. Daniel Murphy is hitting .419. Ryan Zimmerman, after an awful 2016 season, is hitting .400 with an .840 slugging. Jason Worth's line .360/, .429/, .600. How about Matt Wyatters? .400/, .520/, .550. Even Steven Drew went 3 for 4 with 4 RBI and 3 runs on Monday. Quick hits. The Tigers demoted former closer of the future Bruce Rondon following consecutive bad performances. In Rondon's place, the Tigers promoted Joe Himan as a beefy right-hander with a hot fastball and late-inning aspirations. The Red Sox are battling the flu. Gary Sanchez, the Yankees catcher, will miss the next 4 weeks. Mariners shortstop Gene Segura left their game with a hamstring injury. Manager Scott Servais said after the game that it was very mild. Giants catcher Buster Posey left after getting hit in the helmet with a pitch. Mets leadoff man Jose Reyes is 1 for 27 with 9 strikeouts this year. Woof. Speaking of woof, the Cardinals' bullpen era so far this season is 86 after giving up 8 earned runs in 4 innings of work Monday in D.C. Will Myers became the second Padres player to ever hit for the cycle. And while we're here, give the Padres credit for a 4-4 start after I called them awful on opening day.